So what can we talk about? Although, which topics shall we start with? I think so many things we can go over. Our life is very complicated with many things, many problems, many absurdities. And it's rare for people as human beings to sit down to talk about them openly, honestly. We tend to hide, we tend to pretend, we tend to run away from it.
Yeah.
And we tend to escape into various entertainment, pleasure-seeking activities.
Yeah.
But we rarely openly, honestly talk about it without any argument, without projecting any opinions, or that. So I think, at least in this space and time, let's have this atmosphere to talk about anything openly, and to go over these fundamental issues, because I think it is closely related to each of us. But most people are living so superficially. The whole life is trapped and stuck in the superficialities. That everything becomes too fake. And life is so trapped in various petty things. And the mind becomes rather neurotic. As we see, the whole society is showing us in that way. People become very emotionally unstable, isolated, and sometimes become very aggressive for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that I think too much and I get really hyper. So I get like all the things around me I absorb, and then it gets all into my head, and I cannot really just ground and be in the moment. And I don't really know how to meditate. I've never done it before.
Never done before.
For me, sporting, like climbing, bouldering, and I also do primal movement. That's a little bit of meditation for me, because I can focus on it.
Yeah.
I cannot sit, I don't know how to sit still without focusing on what I think.
So let's put aside the word meditation for a while, because sometimes when we use that word always gives us an impression that, oh yeah, meditation is to sit still, to focus on something. But perhaps the real meditation is more than that. So let's start from the beginning, from knowing nothing about it. So let's start from afresh, from the scratch, because the mind is so easy to accept what the word meditation shows. But what is real meditation? And what is the essence of it? Perhaps we need to find out together, to explore this topic together. So as you said that when life has many things and the mind has been so trapped in thoughts, so one may feel very high and away from the ground, and then all the issues begin to appear. And the different people may have different symptoms. But we can say there's suffering in it. There's a lot of trouble in it. And sometimes when the mind is so stuck in thoughts, it's become helpless. Because one don't know how to deal with this issue. But why are we so trapped in thoughts? Or in other words, why do we give so great importance to it? Why?
Do you want me to answer?
You can, if you want to answer, you can just say something.
it's just really hard to sit still and
it's very hard
what you're really feeling.
Because thoughts are dominating, right?
Yeah.
Because the thoughts.
I keep like leading myself through my thoughts.
So, but
getting distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep following it and I cannot put it off.
Yeah, I think you are very honest because most people are not so honest with themselves about this situation. I think everybody is going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So here we come this question: why do we give such importance to thoughts? Otherwise, thoughts won't be dominating us, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, we give tremendous importance to it.
Yeah, because it gives a feeling of control.
We give a feeling of control.
Yeah.
And
you think enough about it and think, oh,
I can control something. Yeah. And also you have the certainty from it. Yeah. The confirmation from thoughts. And also, the whole society is based on thoughts, right? Mm-hmm. There are various rules, regulations, various concepts, ideas. And we accept that so easily because that's easy to follow it. Yeah. But when we follow it, the problem is that we begin to get stuck in thoughts. Mm-hmm. You see the trap here? Yeah. So the whole society is based on thoughts. This society is very commercial. Right. So many things. The government is doing all kinds of petty things. One regulation for another, one layer over the other layer regulations. There are so many thought products. And as a citizen in society, we tend to conform. We tend to comply. Because that's an easy thing. So we accept all the things as they are. And then we trap in the superficialities because they are all thought products. And in following it, in following all the thoughts, we get trapped. So is that one of the reasons that we give so importance to thoughts? Because everything around us is our thoughts. And we tend to accept them first. Then there's no second. We don't doubt it. We don't question it. Right? We just accept them and then finished. Then we got problems. But we need to, hold. First, I don't want to reject it. I don't want to refuse it. I don't develop any reactions to the thoughts. But I don't have to accept them first. I need to ponder, investigate, observe.
I feel if I investigate that I'm thinking about it even more, and then I have more thoughts, and then I get more feelings, and then I get more thoughts from my feelings, and I get like super hyper in my head.
I understand what you mean. So that's why we need to find out how to investigate, how to observe. If we merely investigate by thoughts, through thoughts, then we only add more thoughts to it. Is that so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
and
feelings, yeah, feelings, also reactions, all in it, and then it becomes more complicated.
Yeah.
And there's no solution.
It's more complicated, so then it's easier to just distract yourself from it.
Of course. So we need to find out how to investigate the problem. As we said earlier, if we merely do it by thoughts, then it is a thoughts added to more thoughts. and it is a trap, it's a loop. No, we are asking, is there a different tool other than thoughts we can employ to do the investigation? Because for most people, for most of us, thoughts are the only tool we have, right? We think, evaluate, speculate, and all that kind of things are the thought processes.
Yeah, or I can just refocus on something else.
But it is still thoughts, right?
Yeah, but then I feel more connected with my body.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
But then when I stop doing like something active, then I keep having more thoughts again.
Yeah. Sorry?
Then I keep having more thoughts again after I stop doing something actively.
I understand what you mean. So you try to escape that chaos for a while by doing other things. But then when you stop, then the chaos come back.
I don't think that it's a bad distraction. It's a good distraction, but it's still a little bit like refocusing on something else.
Yeah. So let's just put aside the refocus for a while. So we're asking, is there a different tool other than thoughts we can use? As you said, just we have issues in the thoughts, then we can focus on different things to run away from it for a while. And then the mind can come down a little bit. But still, we are engaging in thoughts because when we are focused on something, even when we are doing sports, even when we physically exercise, but we're still using thoughts. But now we are asking, so is there a different tool other than thoughts we can use to look at ourselves, to investigate, to question?
I haven't really found it out yet.
No, so let's find out together. Because it's not a question we can answer by thoughts, but rather we need to experiment and find out whether there's a completely different tool, if we can call it tool, from thoughts. Now, first of all, we need to calm down. Right? If we don't calm down, thoughts are always dominating. And thoughts are always oscillating ourselves in that environment.
Yeah, and that's already a super hard step to just calm down.
Especially when you are stuck there, you feel very difficult. Yeah. But first of all, please put aside any adjective. Don't say it's hard or difficult. Perhaps think now you feel difficult, but when you really exploring it, perhaps it's a different thing. So don't let any expression to bully yourself. So don't use any expression to make yourself scared. Okay. And just put any expressions aside. So let's find out, so can we calm down a little bit? What does it mean to be calming down? What's the meaning of it? Can you hear anything in this room now?
Yeah.
You can hear maybe it's from the air conditioner, maybe from the kind of a booming sound, right? But when you hear it, do you make an effort to hear? or you just hear it? The sound is always there.
Yeah, I think I focus really on the sound of the noise, so that I don't have to be present in myself.
Sorry?
So that I don't really have to be like aware and present in myself.
What do you mean by being present in yourself?
Just a feeling of calmness and energy in myself with a layer of protection.
I see.
I don't really feel that, so then I just hyper-focus on all the sounds and noises around me. Yeah, and like all the senses.
So maybe now the speaker can see it in this way. When one is fully present, one can hear the sound naturally. Is that so?
Sorry?
When one is fully present, one can hear the sound naturally. Mm-hmm. Can you make sense of that sentence?
I don't really understand what you're saying.
Thank you for being honest. The sound is there, right? Mm-hmm. It is abiding. So can the mind hear the sound naturally without making efforts? Mm-hmm. Maybe you can feel the flow of the air around you. Maybe you can feel the breath, the air going inside the lung and coming out of the lung. Maybe you can feel the support to your feet from the ground. Can one feel it without any efforts? Because all those sensations are always there. They are abiding. The sound, the airflow, the breath. The mind can naturally switch the focus without any efforts. When one closes the eye, can one keep the eyeball not moving? the same time, can I also hear the sound? Feel anything from the body? Are you still making efforts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel and think a lot.
Think a lot.
And I feel like I'm in a hurry.
In a hurry for what?
For nothing. Just I'm not really in a hurry. I just feel that I am.
You are feeling you are pulling back by the me, by the self.
Sorry?
So you said you are in a hurry to what?
I'm in a hurry to get rid of my emotions and thoughts.
Can you not get rid of them? Can you not get rid of them? Can you just be with them? So when you want to get rid of the emotions, who are you? Have you really questioned that question? Ask this question to yourself: who are you? Who is the entity that is getting rid of the emotions? Now, what are the emotions? Please see this carefully. Penetrate it. When you want to get rid of something, who is that you? And is the you different from the emotions or not?
Yes.
You think it's different. Yeah. But the speaker will tell you directly now, you are wrong. That's the misperception. That's the misperception from thoughts.
So you think I am my emotions?
Yes. Now you think what you think, because you think what the speaker said is an idea, but the speaker will tell you what the speaker said is a fact. You are the emotions. I know it's difficult to comprehend now, but
why? Because there's something underneath your emotions that is you, and that is so then you are not your emotions. It's just a higher layer of you.
Who is the higher layer of you?
I think you just have your true self in you, and then you have your emotions, and then your thoughts, and then more protection.
And the speaker, of course, he is not offensive, but he will tell you that no, it's completely wrong. Perhaps that mistake creates all the issues we are going through. So why do you feel that you are different from the emotions, the problems? When you think you are different from emotions, or the problems, or the issues, then you want to do something about it, right? Either want to get rid of it, or want to alleviate it, or improve it. But all this comes from this idea or the feeling that you are different from your issues, the emotions, or all that. And then you mention that the true self. Now the speaker asks you, what is the true self? Is there something called the true self really exist, or is something imagined? The whole society, in various ways from the media, is promoting this concept of a true self. From this civilization, all that. And we have that concept of a true self, and the emotions, problems seem to be around this center. And we are always holding the point of view from the center, the true self, to deal with all kinds of issues. Technologically, we can do that, but now we are dealing with the psychological challenge. Psychologically, is the you different from the emotion or not? When you said it's different, then we ask, what is the emotion? Is emotion a concept? And we are stuck in the concept? Conceptually, you are different from the emotion. But we are not dealing with this concept. We are talking about the actualities, the actual. Is you really different from the emotion, actually, or not? Putting aside,
I think the deeper the you is.
Wait a moment. What is the deeper in you? Deeper means what? Layers by layers, and there's a deeper layer. Now, when is the bottom? Where is the bottom? Tell me. Because we can create endless layers. It's become a loop. Because we can't go to the bottom. But now we have to go to the bottom. Otherwise, we can't find a solution to any issues unless we go to the bottom. So we need to be aware of our thinking. When we want some a better society, better you, better this, better that, or something deeper. But when is the end? Where is the bottom? Putting aside all the concepts, they are only sensations. Right? Mm-hmm. Anger is a sensation. Various emotions are also sensations. But we just put aside all the concepts because the mind is so easily, generating various concepts or too many things. But putting aside all the concepts, they are all sensations, right?
I want to ask you some questions.
Please, yeah.
What is meditation for you?
Understand all of this, madam. Understand all the things. Understand the disorder brought about by our wrong thinking. If we think wrongly, everything will go wrong. So to the speaker, to meditate, not only sit still, that's also very important. To be quiet, silent, that's very important, but also to really understand the disorder, the illusion, the misconception brought about by thoughts. Therefore, one can use thoughts properly without let thoughts creating disorder.
And do you believe in God, or do you feel connection with it?
Madam, so we have to ask, what is God? Is God an image in ourselves?
Yeah, for some people it is, but
Or
if you feel, I don't know, if you can feel connection with something not on this earth or not materialistic, I think it can be freeing.
maybe, but as the speaker is asking, because for many people on this planet, God is mere an image in their thoughts.
Yeah,
They worship it and create all kinds.
Like picture of him,
Yeah.
beard, and
Yeah, all that.
I don't believe in that. It's just,
Because for the speaker, he has no such image. That's why God, this word, it means nothing to him. But he observes, learns about the nature of thoughts. And so the mind is free of all illusions. When the mind is free of all illusions, there's a natural connection with the whole universe. So the speaker is never spiritual. Actually, the speaker doesn't like that word. But rather, when the mind is free from all the illusions, all the misconceptions, madam, there's nothing. Actually, nothing. And in that nothingness, there's beauty. It's not, when people hear, oh yeah, it's nothing, they feel very negative. Because for most people, their life is based on something. Their ego, their dream, their desire, and all their illusions. Then therefore, life is stuck. But when the mind really compound that, oh, nothing, and I suffer from the thoughts, from nothing, now why should I suffer? Right? It's nothing. They are all illusions. But when the mind sees it, there's the real positivity. Everything becomes utterly positive. It's not the idea concocted by the speaker. It's so. So when the mind sees all the fallacies created by thoughts, The mind is free from all the issues, and the mind is free. Just like Madam, a moment ago, we talked about this issue, the illusion with me. So the mind must be able to penetrate and find out that the ego, the feel, the me, the self, is an illusion. Physically, you do exist, I do exist. That's the physical body, the self. But psychologically, that's nothing. That's no me. That's no the ego. That's no, the true self, or whatever you call it, or the deep layer of the me, or the high layer of the self. They are all thoughts, and then we get trapped in that. So can one live a life without this complex? Can one live a life that the mind capable of emptying itself?
The mind is?
The mind is capable of emptying itself. Because, Mother, I think this question is very important, not only to you, to each of us as human beings. So we are so stuck at the illusion of the me. We feel it's so true. But you see the trouble. You see in these issues, unless one is very diligent and careful to find out the fact, there's no me at all psychologically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can understand it with my mind.
But can you make it true to you? That's really matter, because you can say I understand it intellectually, but can I be?
I can understand it, but I feel like I cannot really
understand what you mean. So that's why, Madam.
Only understand it with my mind.
Yes.
I understand. It's just really logical, but
it's a first step. But can you be diligent?
Sorry,
can you be diligent to feel the fact is fact? No, in your mind you can feel that, oh yeah, it is so, but can you really feel it? You need hard work.
Yeah, I can feel it like till the feeling that there is nothing, but then I get stuck in the negative feeling, and I cannot do one step further. Not yet. So
you said that you get stuck in the negative feelings.
Yeah, because there is nothing, and then I get really pessimistic.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Wait a moment, Madam. So you see there's nothing, and then you feel very negative, pessimistic about it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that, let's go slowly here. Because the mind always expects to have something. Mm-hmm. Is that an issue? Please, let's be careful about this. So the mind always wants to have something, and always expects something. But when the mind finds it's nothing, that's why the mind feels utterly disappointed.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
But can we look at ourselves? Why does the mind expect something? Is that expectation an illusion? If it is an illusion, then we really get troubled, right? We just keep playing that illusion to ourselves. Then we get the issues time and time again. So why does the mind always expect something? And always believe in that expectation? if you don't believe in it, you won't get issues, right? You believe that expectation. It's true. But when you find it's nothing, you get utterly disappointed. And therefore, there's negativity with it. So that's why this part of the meditation, to really observe ourselves, why do I expect something? Is that something out of my desire, wanting, craving? So that's why the mind keeps projecting that expectation, hoping to get something, to have something. But when it goes through it, finding that, oh, there's nothing. What a disappointment. What a disappointment.
Yeah.
And then, oh, it's so negative. But so, as we are pointing to this issue, can the mind see it? To look at what am I expecting? That what I expect is from my desire, isn't it? Otherwise, if I have no desire, I have nothing to expect. Is that so? Okay, so then we come to this topic, desire. What is desire? When we hear it, we hear this, we can see this bell here, and you hear the sound, and you come along to touch it. Oh, I want to have it. I want to have it. Then the desire comes, right? So,
something you want to have.
One want to have. So, when we hear something or see something or feel something, that's the sensation. That's natural and healthy.
Natural people want to feel connected and want to feel love.
Just a minute. Just okay. So, like when I hear the sound, let's use example here first, right? Hear the sound, I touch it, so the body can feel it, can hear it, right? That's the natural sensation. But then thoughts come along, says I want to have it. I want to have this ring bell. I want to have the connection. I want to have love. I want to have relationship. You see? The mind is seeking something. The mind is wanting something.
Yeah.
Want to have it, want to control it, want to have this permanency, and all that. And we get stuck in it. When we desire something, and that something become illusion, isn't it? Because the mind is always seeking something. But when we look at the real thing, whoa, it's nothing. You see, there's a contrast. Therefore, there is a shock, isn't it?
Yeah.
So can mind be aware of this process? I mean, this process of desiring.
How can you stop your mind from seeking something?
Madam, please don't ask this question now, because you always want to get rid of something, or want to stop it, or want to end it.
Yeah.
And then that's still desire, isn't it? So you are contradicting yourself. We are talking about desire, but now you're still desiring something.
Yeah.
So observe it, because that's important. Because we need to break up the loop. I want to, oh yeah, we talk about the desire. Then no, the mind still want to get rid of the issue.
Yeah.
In other words, the mind is still no desiring something.
Yeah.
Can that end now? So can I, because as you said, I want to get rid of the emotions. The same issue, the desire is dominating you. Can that process end? Is that difficult?
Yeah.
What?
Probably, yes.
Do it now, madam. Do it now. Let's do it now. Just be aware of it. Be aware of it. Be aware of the whole process of desiring, wanting, but not being caught in it.
Then it is logical that I want to get rid of my mind wanting something, my mind desiring something.
Wait a moment, madam. Why do you say it is logical? Because when you say that statement, it's become something judgmental. Don't justify it. We don't say it logical or illogical. Just put that statement first. Just observe it. We don't say desire is wrong. We don't say we should have no desire. You can't. You need to have food. The desire to eat food is natural, is healthy. Otherwise you'll die, right? But now the mind is caught in numerous psychological desire. That's the issue. And but when we ask, I want to get rid of the desire, then it's still desire. See the problem?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So how can we deal with this contradiction? Okay, we understand desire. Then I want to get rid of desire. Then I'm still caught in desire. It's a loop. How can I end it? I think you get my point, right?
Yeah, I get your point.
So let's deal with it now. Can I have no desire to end the desire? Can I have no desire to end the desire?
No.
Don't answer so quickly, madam. Think for a while. Can one have no desire to end desire? Otherwise, it's a trap. It's a loop, leading one nowhere, only stuck, right? And can one have no desire to end desire? Let's to say, can one be aware of the whole process? Just be aware.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Just be aware. You don't need to do anything, just be aware. Just like the sound, the airflow or whatever. Just be aware. And being aware has nothing to do with efforts. Is that so, madam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you do that? Just be aware.
Yeah, I can do that.
Then there's no contradiction. Otherwise, we desire to end desire. That's contradiction. Right?
Yeah, I can understand it.
But can you do it? Can that be part of your life? Or can that be your life? Just aware. Just be aware of it. The sound, the desire, all the thought activities.
Yeah.
And perhaps
I'm
then
still stuck in that the desire is stronger than the awareness. So I can be aware of it, but I still want something more, and I keep leading myself through the desire of wanting something.
So first of all, hold yourself. And when there's a strong desire dominating you, be aware and penetrate. So, because when we begin to realize the nature of the desire, and when begin to be aware, being aware is choiceless. Either you get stuck in different things, other you have to be aware choicelessly. And then the desires you have accumulated in the past will come back. Observe it. Penetrate it. Observe completely. And then perhaps that desire will be dissolved. But all of those starts from being aware choicelessly. Madam, so the speaker is also asking you, do you understand the word choiceless? Being aware is choiceless. Just like you are breathing. Breathing is choiceless. Right? You can't decide you breathe or not. Otherwise you will die.
But I feel like being aware is
it's an option.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
But I really need to do my best for it and focus on being aware.
Because,
not something that goes automatically and is choiceless.
Because now the thought disorder, like the desire or something, are so holding you back, right? So that's why you need to make some quoted efforts to be aware. So that's why you feel that now, because all the thoughts are holding you back, being aware becomes something optional. That's the feeling temporarily at this stage. But the speaker said that, can you do whatever you can to make this awareness choiceless? Just like maybe a few minutes ago, we said that, can you feel the fact that the me is an illusion psychologically? Mm-hmm. Because mentally, conceptually, or intellectually, we can thus discuss to a point. But when you really feel the truth of it, there's a lot of hard work from you.
Yeah.
And I hope you need.
It is hard work.
But I hope you can finish the hard work. Our life is too short to waste. I hope you can really have this hard work to really feel the truth of it.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah. I'm still young, so yeah.
I'm happy that you at least you can come here to listen. And it is very important, to give some hard work to this part of the mind, to let it change completely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm just not that far in it yet.
Far from what?
In the process of being aware and understanding everything.
So you say, Madam, so don't say anything or say how far or how near you to that.
Okay.
Delve into it and find out for yourself. So can mind be aware choicelessly of all those things. The desire, why the mind is so caught up in desire. Right? Mm-hmm. So when the mind is trapped in desire, it is stuck. It has no freedom. Is that so?
Yeah.
And the whole society, madam, when we look at this commercial world, all the commercial activities are cultivating desires in various ways.
I know.
And
because I notice it
in yourself, yeah. So that's why when one is stuck in one's own desire, one is always being manipulated and influenced by the whole industry because they are based on desires. Found various advertisements found just to stimulate people's desire for more things.
But I've had enough for today.
Enough today. Okay.
But thank you.
You're welcome.
But now I need to go outside a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. So now, let's close the door first. So let's keep silent for 10 minutes or 15, okay, 15 minutes. Then let's come back to the session. That's only sensation. That's only what is. The what is sensation of all the activities of neuron cells. So it is one. It is one process. Can the mind be with what is? Can the mind be with all the sensations? That's to say, the mind puts aside the dividing activities of thoughts. Churning out numerous concepts, ideas, which has been manifested in our very large vocabulary. So when the mind is dominated by concepts, it is subjected to the divisions brought about by thoughts. Therefore, the mind cannot be with what is. Various concepts brings about various concentrations, focuses, and the mind is trapped in the division. Therefore, contradiction, conflict, and all that. Like anger, unhappy, depression, frustration. We have numerous words to describe or classify various sensations. And the mind is caught up in the words, in the concept. Therefore, the mind is stuck, unable to see the actual. The actual is sensation. And can the mind be with sensation? The mind can hold itself back. The mind can hold itself from going back to various improper focus or concentration done by thoughts, the concept, the idea, the narrow focus. And that's the hard work one must have to deal with the compulsions that keeps pulling one back to the traps of thoughts with its endless, numerous, improper, narrow focus. And that part cannot be verbally communicated. One must work at it, deal with it. breaking through all the divisions. To the mind, empties itself all the concepts, ideas, mental construct, and come back to sensation. There's nothing. And then in that nothingness, the mind can never hurt itself. It's the division of thoughts that is the source of all trauma, hurts, right? So can the mind put aside all the mental construct, conceptions, concepts, ideas. Can the mind end this verbal process? Simply be with sensations. That is what is, and be with what is. And being what is, being with what is being aware choicelessly. So that's why one must work at disorder of thoughts. The disorder keeps holding one back. That's the real difficulty one must overcome. When the mind is stuck in thoughts, it feels difficult to do so. But when the mind is out, it's different. So feeling is difficult is a conditioned experience. And one should be aware of that experience and never get stuck in that experience. So it demands tremendous observation, penetration, patience, and alertness. The mind is not caught up in any experience it has, because any experience is conditioned by thoughts. And to end the trap of thoughts, we must be free from all experiences. Any conditioned experience only mislead the mind. And one must find out for oneself the limitation, the limit of thoughts, and its disorder, misperception, tricks, and simply be with what is, be with all the sensations without any conceptual thinking. It sounds so easy, super easy. But doing it, realize it, it's a different matter. Can one dedicate one's life to this? Dedication means there's no persuasion, there's no pressure, there's nobody else to make you do that. But rather, one captures the significance of this. And therefore, there's no choice. It's not the result of a desire. Perceiving the essence, so the mind act, which is the meaning of dedication. There's only sensation, and one can stay with that, being aware the movement of all thoughts. That's the ending to all trouble, isn't it? But the mind is so easily trapped in something. It feels something exists. The ego, the possession, the attachment, they are so true to the mind trapped in this order of thoughts. Therefore, it cannot see there's nothing. And it fears there's nothing. The mind keeps seeking, desiring. So the mind is always in illusion. A desiring mind is in illusion. And the illusion brings about various existence of things that don't exist. So the mind is caught up in that misperception. It fears being empty, though the fact is that it is empty. So the fear and the desire to be something, to become something, it's so dominating. So the seeking mind, the becoming mind can stop. Can it? The seeking mind, the becoming mind, lives in illusion. Therefore, it cannot perceive nothingness. Any illusion is naturally opposite to nothingness, right? So can one look at it, overcome this quoted difficulty? the mind can be in full attention, capturing the full significance of full attention, being aware choicelessly, being aware choicelessly, observing the total movement of thoughts without being caught up. Trapped in words, concepts, and all that. This must entail hard work, diligence. Now, is one willing to do that without asking for a reward or benefit? And that's so much for today's talk. And in the next 15 minutes, let's come back to silence. So we can savor the talk, the meaning of it, the significance of it, the non-verbal message behind the talk. Let's do it now. that's the end of today's event. And hopefully we can meet truthfully in the future sessions. Take care.